Hey guys, and welcome back to my ghetto little corner. Today we're going to show you off some of the rest of the Sansevieria, the smaller compact one that we didn't get to do last time. Yeah. So these are the other compact Sansevierias that I didn't get to show you in the last video. Yeah, they usually grow about this size. They don't get any bigger. Well, some do, but it's going to take a little bit longer. But yeah. These are the only ones left, so let's go through them. Yeah. All right, so I guess we're gonna start with this one. This one is called a Sansevieria leopard bat. I got it as a small, tiny little thing like this, and it actually took quite some time for it to actually grow this whole entire thing. Luckily, because I didn't know it was gonna root. It took a while to root, but once it did, it also took a while to actually grow the centerpiece itself. But it has a very hard leaf, which is nice, and I like its striation pattern. So I like this one because it stays small like this, so it doesn't take up that much room, which is pretty nice. I might be able to sell off half of this probably later this year. I'm not sure if I want to do that because I really like this plant. Anyway, so that's one of them. This is a Sansevieria johansenberg. Same thing with this. Came in very small like that, and it took quite some time to root, and once it did, it also took quite some time to grow this whole entire big piece right here. So I think this whole entire piece was actually new this year. But it's nice because it is also one of those ones that I believe also stay relatively small, or it might get bigger, I'm not sure. But it's a very nice plant. So it's a Sansevieria johansenberg, sorry. This one is called a Sansevieria Jupiter. I actually didn't want it to get it the first round it came in, but I guess the second round I ended up getting it. So it's a very nice plant. It's still, so right now it is adapting to the environments that I have it in, right? So that's why it's a little bit smaller. So once it gets bigger, it should be nicer. So we'll see probably next year how it'll fan out. So it already has two pups on the side, probably two pups on the side. So I might have to separate that in the summertime so that way it grows a lot faster, which should be fine. Yeah. I'm just gonna separate those two so that the mother plant can get more energy. But it's nice because it has these patterns down here, which is really awesome because it looks like, it looks like it's like dehydrated, but these are the patterns that it has, right? Because I just watered it also on Friday afternoon. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Oh, cat's coming in. This is the other gray bluish plant in the series. This is called a Sansevieria ballyi. B-A-I-B-I. Bye-bye. All right. I got this one last year. I think another person also got it, so it's only the two of us that has it. It's one of those, like, it's like the Dancing Dragon, Chofia, Channon, Milano series. It's a very spectacular plant once it grows bigger. So we'll see what happens in the summer. I will have to like put this into a much bigger pot. But yeah, it's looking nice. And yeah, it's watered on Friday. It's a little, it still has moisture in there, right? So it's not like it's well, I do have to water it more often though. So yeah, I'm gonna water it more often in the summertime, but also switch over to like a potting mix type of soil versus a succulent mix type of soil, right? Anyways, this is a Sansevieria regenja. Is it regenja? Regenja, or was, oh no, not regenja. Sorry, this is a Sansevieria Batherin. It grows spectacularly nice upwards. I did sell the mother plants last year, so I kept a pup for myself, and it's already popping. So this one is, it's one of those, it's vertically up, and it's gonna be super nice. I love this one. This one's one of the best. It hasn't come back in for pre-ordering though, which is weird. I might have to ask the seller that again, but it's really nice. It only came in for pre-order once, and that was it. That was just weird. Anyway, so We might be able to sell this off in the summertime. This one I am gonna keep yet again because you know I like how it looks, right? It is relatively a small plant. This is called a Sansevieria pinguicula variegated or just variegated. Um, so yeah, this one is super nice, right? Um, this is like the unicorn plant of unicorn plants in the Sansevieria world. Like everybody loves this plant because this is also like the walking Sansevieria, but it's a variegated form. It's nice because it has striation. I don't like how it's coming into more creamy, full variegated look, but you know what can you do, right? And the only way to propagate this is hoping that it will pop out, or you gotta destroy the center right here, and then because it won't have any way to grow anymore, so it will you're forcing it to pop out. That's the only way to propagate this. I guess also through leaf, but that's like a huge chance, right? Um, but you know, it will look ugly, but you'll have another new pop. Yeah. And so that's one of them. This is the other one. So these two are not this, well, they are the same plant, but they're not the same. So this is another pinguicula variegated, but this is the cream form. As you can see, these come in pure variegated, like right here too. So this one came in. What's the story behind this one? This one, it's because I think one of the buyers had a hard time rooting theirs, and I already had mine rooted, right? So one came in, so I just sent her mine, and then I got the one that she ordered in. I kept that one, so this is it. But then it popped out for me, right? So that's pretty cool. It hasn't grown much over the year. It's only grown a pop. It hasn't because like there's hardly any chloroform for it to produce energy. So it's an extremely slow grower, like extremely slow grower. Versus this, where it's actually gotten bigger, quite a bit bigger. But yeah, this is the cream form. I also had a silver form, but I sold that off. So I don't have the silver form anymore, which kind of sucks. So this is another pinguicula variegated. I think this is the unicorn form of it. Yeah, so this is a pinguicula x lavranos variegated. As you can tell, it is spectacular versus like this one. You see, like it looks almost the same, but it's not. But this one requires a lot of light, like a lot of filtered light to bring out that variegated. You can tell it is variegated, but it doesn't have intense light, so it doesn't get that variegation coming out. So it needs a lot of filtered sunlight for it to bring out that that yellow. A lot of these sanservierias are like that, which is unfortunate, but that's how they are. So less light equals green. Okay, so this one is called a Sansevieria margarita. Margarita, da 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 da. And this one only grows about to be this big. Nothing bigger, that's it. This is the size that it will get to. And it's pretty prolific. That word's prolific. Prolific, which means it will pop out quite a lot. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 within this whole entire plant. So I'm probably gonna be able to sell this one and this one off. I will keep the mother plant just for the fun of it. And it's in this tiny little pot, which is cute. It was actually a mug, and then I bought it and I chopped it off. I hammered it, and then I drilled a hole down here into the hole. And yeah, it's pretty nice. I like it. You know what I like about it? I like the patterns on it. You tell what I mean? Yeah, I like the patterns on this. It's a pretty cool pattern, right? So it's a pretty awesome plant. If this does come again, I do recommend buying because it is pretty awesome. And it doesn't take that much space versus like a lot of those other sansevierias where they get ginormously big. So if you're into small collection, then the margarita is one of those one that does stay small. Okay. So this one is called a Sansevieria Moose. I finally got one, and I guess mine is moosing out. I know. Yeah, it's a relatively short. Well, not short, but it stays. It's very prolific, and it's a cluster. It's a cluster type of Sansevieria where it'll just cluster out, and it's actually pretty awesome once it gets bigger. So this one, I will have to transfer to a more bigger pot later on. Hopefully, I'll have space in my home, but it's one of those ones that does get to those size, which is pretty awesome. So this one is called a Sansevieria Blue Clone Variegated. And unfortunately with this one, the rooting is, I think it's dead. It's rotted down here. You can tell, right? Because there's something happened. Usually the bottom leaves don't dry out if you're feeding it water every single week. But because I've been feeding it water pretty much almost every week, right? But it's not getting any water. So, and it looks like it's just wobbling. So we're gonna have to investigate what is going on down here. It looks like it is rotting. But luckily, this type of plant doesn't require a rhizome for it to pop out. It will pop out randomly through the side, you can see. So we have a pop right here, which is nice. We have another pop right here, which is nice too. Because I do water them, and usually they don't get this dry, like especially the relatively small one. And luckily, the new roots are already coming out anyways, right? So I'm gonna have to investigate what is going on, and we'll probably have to reroot this whole entire plant. And you see, like it's probably rotted, so that's okay. Anywho, but luckily we do have two pups, so that way if anything does happen, you know, we do have backups to it, which is nice. Okay, this is called a Sansevieria cordova. I sold off the mother plant already, so this is the tiny pup that I have left, which is nice. And you know what's funny? It has another pup coming out. This is why I need a house, you guys. Everything just pops out all the time. Okay, but yeah, this is what it looks like. Most people don't buy this plant. I don't know why. It's a pretty nice plant. It's pretty beautiful. It does get a little prolific and big at times, but you know, it's one of those beautiful plants. Anyway, okay, so this last one is called a Sansevieria ice thorn. Last year it was known as Sansevieria Kaiser, but the cultivar has finally given it its official name. Finally. So now it is called a Sansevieria ice thorn, no longer Kaiser. And it gets really big, so it's not dehydrated as if you want to see. It looks like it is, but it's not. It's actually very firm, and it's not like there's no dimples within the creases. It's a very, very beautiful plant when it gets bigger. So this one I'm gonna have to put into a much bigger pot during the summer, and then I'm gonna have to remove the pup so that way the mother plant gets bigger. I'm not gonna sell the pup because it's a very, very beautiful plant. And you know what? Actually, I might not even remove the pup because what I saw, what did I see? I saw the more mature plant of this. It looks beautiful with the pups on, so I might not remove the pups at all. I might just, you know, leave it as is, but just repotting the whole entire thing. Anyways, that is it for all these sansevierias. Let me know which one you like the most in this, you know, compacty type of sansevieria. But yeah, I think there's a few more sansevierias that I have, but they're ginormous. I'll leave that to the summertime. There's a few more that's coming to the pre-orders that I did buy this year, March's pre-order, and there's some new exciting one that's coming for May's pre-order as well. I'm always working ahead of time, right? So I've seen, so my seller has sent me some like new ones that's available for May's pre-orders, which is awesome. It's like, oh, wow, okay. Anyways, that's it for me rambling. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Love ya, peace out, bye. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me what you like. Okay, bye.